Hello everyone and welcome in yet another instructional video and this time on the second side of Unit 6. Guys, we are still talking about the future and we are now going over to your futures. As you can see, this side is called The World is Your Oyster, and actually we'll be mainly talking about exchange programs. Now I know that some of you already had the chance last year to take such an exchange program, and I'm sure this was quite an experience. Me myself, I went to Dublin in Ireland for half a year to study and live there, and then later on I also lived for half a year in Prague, in the Czech Republic, which was great and to me really life-changing. This unit will ask you a few questions whether you might be interested in this, and of course, very symbolically, I put the world map behind me. Because, maybe at the end of this unit, you'll feel like the world is at your feet. This instructional video will focus on exercise 16 and 17 mainly. So in order to start, I'm going to show you two videos. And then afterwards, we'll have a look at what you have to do in exercise 17. So first two videos, know that you can play them again. If you want to pause or forward it whenever you want. And here we go.
More than I imagined. You see pictures and everything, but the real thing just doesn't compare.
Kind of takes your breath away when you see it for the first time, and then it's something you'll never forget.
It's life-changing.
This isn't a one-time 3-week program. This is for good. All of the things that we experience here that change us are going to stay with us for the rest of our life. And it changes everybody in a completely different way.
Go to all these amazing places that you might not get to go to otherwise, because GLA has everything laid out and it's just an amazing program.
And the food, the culture, it's all really amazing. I mean, it's something you don't really get a chance to do anywhere else. Brew is unique in a lot of ways.
I mean, I think it's really cool to just you can see a piece of history right in front of you and see how people might have lived hundreds of years ago or how they might have thought. It's a really awesome experience.
It's just a great feeling that there's other people your age that are out there and wanting to make a difference, and now we have the chance to do it.
We're helping by building greenhouses. One main problem is nutrition. Many of the children here are malnourished and they can't compete with education because their growth is stunted. So by building greenhouses, we're able to provide them shelters so they're able to grow the food that they need.
And also during our greenhouses, we get to become acquainted with the people of the community, and everyone is so kind and so appreciative, and we get to play with the kids, and they're very cute, and they just love to play with you and have fun. And even though there's a language barrier, you can still communicate very easily.
When I go back to home base at the end of community service, I feel, of course, exhausted, but in my heart I feel just an overwhelming amount of happiness within myself and within my group. I'm just really proud of my group and myself. I didn't think I would ever be able to do what I'm doing here.
I was actually scared to come here. I didn't think I was going to make a lot of friends. But everybody's so open here that it's really actually nice. There's some that I've become really close to, and they make me laugh and smile a lot more than I usually do. They're my family.
That's one of the things I really love about GLA, is that they're growing us into something in the future.
I've seen how much the small things can do, and even if you don't see the end result, just the little bits all help.
It just gives you a really great feeling inside, because when you come back home, you want to help your community because of what you've learned here.
Go on one of these trips. It's really amazing. It gives you a different point of view, and it just gives you a better perspective on life.
Alright, a different point of view and a different perspective on life in general. That's maybe what this is all about. By the way, if I am bothering you over here, remember that you can also just watch the videos by taking your Pelkmanscode and then go online. That works as well. So what you'll be seeing now is a second video, other plays and also other goals, as you will see. Here we go.
There's nothing that can fully prepare you for India, and I think that's what makes this trip so unique.
There is so much going on. It is sensory overload in the best way. From talking with people, visiting different places, seeing the different infrastructure.
India is one of the largest countries in the world. With the fabrics and the clothes to the food. I absolutely love the use of color here.
There are a lot of markets. I mean, there's something to buy at every corner.
The streets are bustling. You've got people selling different food and items, their handicrafts.
The produce market, the meat market, everything is very fresh.
Within the first few days we had orientations with Jacob, and I have to say this experience wouldn't be the same without him because he loves what he does.
The first week we take them to a Bangalore city tour which will acquaint them with the city.
They lay it all out for you. You feel very confident and safe what you're getting into. There's a mall right across the street, so I'd walk there with some of the girls and go for lunch, get your clothes.
You could take the metro. It's very quick and it's also very clean, and you can kind of see everything that you're passing. I think when I got here, I didn't realize exactly how much commotion and different things would be going on at all times. And I just let the culture consume you, and that's when you really enjoy yourself.
And exposes you to how people think about life and living in the context that they're in. Different cultures, different ways of thinking, different eating habits, different dress styles. And it does put you out of your comfort zone. But part of growth is being able to manage that.
American students learn a lot from the Indian experience. It is a blend and integration of heart and mind.
Christ University also runs an NGO called CSA, Center for Social Action, which is run by the Christ University students.
Just talking with some of these students, I mean, it's really incredible how involved they are with these slums.
It's 400 Indian children in the slum that they actually take in and care for them in an educational sense.
We have the children from 3rd grade to 10th grade. Then you can interact with the children, you can ask a lot of questions, and you can learn many things from the children also.
It's going to be a really enriching experience, and I'm excited to do more. I cannot wait to get out there and start working with the kids.
So we recently went to Mysore for a class field trip. It's known as the City of Palaces. Jacob was our tour guide.
He was narrating everything we saw from left to right. He has such a great sense of humor. Jacob stopped along the way at different historical sites and different things that he wanted us to see and think that we would find interesting.
You see a lot of diversity in religions through the buildings. So you just really get the feel of the melting pot of India.
All these different sects of religion, and it's just incredible to see them all at this one area.
Jacob, he's very educated, especially on the historical aspects of each place. After we did that, we went to the Mysore Palace, which I would have to say just blew the whole weekend out of the water. It was incredible.
We were able to have a beautiful dinner, going back to the hotel that he had arranged for us. We had live music of someone playing the drums and a violin. The yards were beautifully landscaped with monkeys in the trees.
After that, we had time to just go out shopping around Mysore. It was fun to just kind of walk around and see what you ran into.
When you're able to travel, you break that box that you've been in.
You can see the world and get school credit. It awakens a lot of passions.
You make friends. It's really nice.
And USAC has been incredible. They provide so many resources.
USAC really helps you ease into that.
So that you build the confidence to then explore on your own.
It is such an eye-opening experience.
All right. So that's it for the videos. The first thing you have to do is use this information organizer, and you can see that it is comparative, right? So the information from clip 1 goes here, the information from clip 2 goes here, then you'll see the differences. You'll get a second question about this, then is the information in these clips 100% objective? Why or why not? I guess you'll be able to fill that in. And here, which statements relate to the Andes program and which to Bangalore? highlight them in two different colors, but pay attention, some statements do not belong to either category. So take 2 markers and then highlight. Alright, that's it for the first video, guys.